Well, there was something very big that took place yesterday that I definitely want to mention in this video. I talked about this earlier in my ADA video, but it's very clear that it is going to get very loud in the space very, very soon. And I want to talk about that with you guys. I want to talk about just a couple other changes that have taken place over this last 24 hours, as well as a very significant reminder that people choose to ignore. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So looking across the crypto space, it's been kind of a sea of red and green. Very modest 24-hour periods overall. You guys can see over the last 24 hours, Shiba Inu is actually down 0.5%. This was after we actually had a little bit of a pump as yesterday progressed. We've had a little bit of selling to start the day. You guys can see SHIB down about 2.25% on today's daily candle. That's kind of where everything is at right now, 1, 2, 3% or so. And basically, like I talked about in my ADA video, we're not getting much continuity between overseas money and US money. It's almost like once we hit the close of that 12-hour candle, we're moving the opposite direction, which sucks, right? We definitely want to take some steps forward. And maybe the middle of this week can bring that. Maybe late this week with the jobs report will bring that. But, you know, it was very nice to see that yesterday set a slightly higher high in this trend that we're building here. We obviously talked about that wedge that we're building in terms of SHIB. And I will say it's very good that Ethereum is again extending towards that 20-day moving average, potential breakout coming there. BTC trying to push past these ranges as well, trying to break out above that longer term trend. That would be a very promising sign for the market. And what I want to remind everybody, first of all, now, actually, Alex Becker made a good post regarding this. It was a quote saying, "This has been the hardest bull ever." And he said, "MFer, we haven't even seen the bull. The bull last time didn't even begin until Ethereum was double its all-time high and BTC was 4x it. Lack of patience is going to make many of you fumble the easiest bag in history." And, you know, he's not wrong. Why I'm saying that is we keep referencing something that is not here yet, that has not been present in this market cycle. We've had little bursts of it twice, and that is retail. And I don't want to sound like a parrot. I don't want to keep repeating myself time and time again, but, you know, it's very easy to make judgment calls about, you know, quote unquote, how bad SHIB is or how bad this market cycle has been when the exact thing that has pumped market cycles in the past isn't even here yet. That's the funny thing about this. And a lot of people are going to make decisions right now before that crucial element is even here. And that's why a lot of people are going to mess up truly the easiest market cycle in history. You have to think about the big embrace that's going on right now. This is a huge move that is going to change the crypto market forever. And it's about to get very loud very, very quickly. Why I'm saying that is I don't know if anybody noticed this big news yesterday. The SEC actually requested the withdrawal of the 19B4s for the LTC, XRP, Solana, ADA, Doge ETFs. Now, why I'm referencing this in a SHIB video is because this is a massive move for crypto embrace. We obviously know that even during the SEC that was not crypto friendly phase, we still had the approval of both a Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs. But now you are seeing the green light for other ETFs. What this is, for those that aren't familiar, is with these new generic listing rulings that the SEC has made, these 19B4s are not necessary anymore. They're completely irrelevant, if that makes sense. So what we are now likely to see is a ton of spot ETF approvals and listings in a very short period of time. What this is going to do is make the crypto space very loud again. Retail has not been paying attention to crypto for a little bit of time here. For example, here's your crypto search traffic over the last 30 days. It's been pretty boring. It's been pretty quiet. Not a whole lot happening. Just for some context here, here's the last 90 days. We're basically down at levels that we were in the start of July. All right, pretty quiet time for crypto. But you can see that just over the last few days alone, things are starting to accelerate just a little bit. How to buy crypto starting to accelerate just a little bit. Okay. And this is exactly where retail starts to move back into the crypto space. This is exactly where people start to adopt yet again. Okay. Adoption is the big reason why I think that this market cycle is extended. It's why I think we're headed into 2026. Doesn't mean we won't have red days. Doesn't mean we won't have shakeouts. I wouldn't be surprised by a big shakeout attempt in the very end of the year to make people think that we're headed into a bear market cycle. And then you see these, you know, institutional players flip and start buying very heavily, you know, just like they did this week. For example, on both the Ethereum and the BTC side, over $500 million on both of those sides. And that's even with BlackRock doing a little bit of selling on the BTC side. Embrace is coming. Adoption is coming. And all this entire market cycle has basically been about positioning. And I get it. I would love if we would have kicked off 2025 with this big explosive alt season. Again, we were missing the crucial element. We were missing new retail. New retail wasn't coming to the market. But it's all been about positioning. It's all been about, one, positioning us in terms of our assets. But two, the larger entities positioning themselves in terms of exchanges, in terms of pay rail systems, in terms of fiat on-ramp, off-ramps. They want to make sure that they're getting their cut, their piece of the pie. All right. They want to make sure they're getting their fees and doing all that stuff. So when retail adoption hits, they can capitalize on that. All right. So we're at a time now where the market is undergoing a major evolution. And it sucks. It kind of takes us away what crypto was originally intended for, but it's also the thing that can take the crypto market from right now what we'll call it a $4 trillion market cap. I think it's just below there, $3.82 trillion market cap, up to that $10 to $12 trillion by the end of this cycle. It's exactly where SHIB has an opportunity to outperform. It's the exact thing that we've been waiting for. And guys, it's coming down the pipeline. So we'll obviously see what happens here over the course of this week. We're undergoing big change, guys. October should be a very sizable month for the crypto market. Hopefully from a monetary standpoint, we'll see what happens. But rate cuts, embrace, ETFs, those are the big things that are coming here. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.